Hi Diva, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, which you probably are, I want you to come in and just get comfortable as possible. This is just a safe space here on YouTube to just have a girl talk and just be comfortable. So as you can tell by today's video, we're going to be talking about how to maximize your single season as someone who may be wanting to be a wife or a mother. I am 31 years old and I have been single since 2020, and I want to say it was maybe a little bit after the pandemic is when I officially became a single woman. And I am not going to sit here and sugarcoat anything. I have obviously, talked to and put myself in situations with men since then. However, I have been completely single, no man, no relationship since 2020. And I honestly am just starting to really come into a place where I'm just like completely maximizing it and doing the things that I want to do before a man, comes in and swoops me up and puts a ring on his finger, okay? And I want to give you guys also like tips and advice to do that as well in your single season, because I think it's important to, create your own identity before you jump into relationships or jump into being a mother or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So for me personally, when you come to my channel, you may see me looking down and I have to like make notes and things like that so that I don't forget what I'm talking about. And we're just gonna blame that on the PCOS brain, but I really want to talk about it because I think that it's just important for young women to, like I said, be their own individual before jumping into other situations, okay? So, with that being said, the first thing that you need to do in your single season is honoring your heart's desires, okay? And I say this because a lot of people tend to make you wanting to be a wife or a mother or whatever, if they want to make it out to seem like you are idolizing it. And this is not me saying that people do not idolize wanting to be a wife or whatever, wanting marriage, because people do idolize that. However, a lot of us, have wanted to be wives and moms since we were children, and it's just been something that's been on our heart. And it is okay. Like, you need to honor that and you need to talk to God about it as well, because he literally cares about you, okay? He cares about what you want, and I don't think God would put these desires on yours or my heart if he didn't intend to bless us with it in the near future. You know what I'm saying? So make sure that you're honoring it and not idolizing it in a way that you can talk to God about it and you can still desire it, but not desire it so much that you are purposely going out here to look for a husband, or you're purposely going out here to just put yourself in the way of men that you would not really even consider to be a husband. You know what I'm saying? So honor it, don't idolize it, talk to God about it. He cares, he knows. Like, and I'm also like a church girl, and I grew up in the church, and I was always pretty much taught to like write things down. So writing down what you want in a husband and then talking to God about it, and we'll talk about that in another point, but that's just one of the points I want to make. Like, it's okay to want to be a wife. It's okay. It's like literally okay, because You know, not all women do, but some of us do want to be a wife, and I'm one of them, and I'm learning to tell God what I want, you know what I'm saying, and let God know, like, I want this for my life, but, you know, I don't want to be put in a situation where I regret being a wife, you know what I'm saying? So that's point number one, girl. Point number two is just embracing your single season, and I'm saying this as someone who, like, in 2023, I pretty much, like, kind of made me being a wife, a girlfriend, or whatever, like, my whole identity. Like, it was at one point during the summertime where I wrote my list down, and then I was on dating apps. Like, girl, no, we're not doing that. But I was one of those girls, and I was not embracing my singleness. And at this point in my life, at 31 years old, I am officially embracing it, and I'm doing the things that I want to do before I do become a wife. You know what I'm saying? And it's not me prepping to become a wife. It's me just enjoying myself, my friends, my family. You know, if you are planning to be a wife and God, you know, gives you that desire of your heart, you're only single for so long until you are officially intertwined with someone, and then you're intertwined with kids, and that's your whole, not your whole life, but that's your life now. You know what I'm saying? So if you are single, girl, make sure that you are out here and you are embracing it, because you can only go on, I'm not gonna say like it's impossible, but you can only go on so many solo trips. You can only do so much as a single woman, or not as a single woman, but as a married woman. You can only do so much because you have other people, you know, depending on you to be there. You have other people needing you, and right now you need yourself. Right now you need to depend on yourself, okay? Go take the trip. I always say go study abroad if you can. If you literally can, please take the opportunity to study abroad. You know, live on your own, because once you move in with a man, granted, I ain't never lived with a man, but I've heard stories, and I've seen it with my two acts, okay? Once you move in and start cohabiting with a man, baby, that's it, okay? Did I say it right? Cohabitating? Or, I don't know. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. But once you move in and start doing that, and he come home every day, and it's mess around, and you ain't got no peace, it's loud, you know what I'm saying? You got kids now, they're crying, messing up stuff, it's toys all over the floor. Live alone for as long as you can until you are married or whatever, and embrace that. Because when I tell y'all that back in college, my last 2 years of college, I was blessed to live alone, and that was because I was like an older college student at the time, and I just knew I wanted and needed my own space from a regular college student. It was so peaceful. It was so peaceful, I'm telling y'all, and I literally will always cherish that time. And I know what it feels like to live alone. Come home, it's quiet. You know, I can stay up as long as I need to or want to. I can make a mess if I want to. I cook the meals that I want to cook and eat. Like, I have been on like a health journey, and I don't desire to cook hamburgers for children or husband when I just want something simple, easy, some vegetables, or, you know, a good, cute little salad or something. So embracing where you are in your single season is so important, because it just allows you to really get in tune with yourself and know what you love to do. So when you do get into a relationship and or become a mom, you can still go out and do those things, as long as it's, you know, not jeopardizing your relationship or whatever. But embrace it, girl, okay? Embrace it. Do the things you want to do. Find new hobbies. Move out of your hometown, your home state if you need to, if you want to. Like, you have to get out here and maximize that single season, girl. Maximize it, okay? It's super, super, super important. It's really important to do that. And the last thing that I want to kind of touch on is simply just becoming the right person. Going back to the list that I made, like, all the things that I listed in a husband, you know, as far as like character and things like that goes, even sometimes when it comes down to the physical aspect, like, you want to also be the right person for your husband as you want him to be for you. So if you're praying for a God-fearing man, you have to become a God-fearing woman. If you're praying for a man that loves to travel, do you love to travel? You know, have you traveled before? You need to become who you desire to have, okay? And I don't want to go through the list that I made out, because I think it's just really an intimate thing between me and God. However, you know, I did come across a man a couple months ago, and I could, you know, really tell that he was really like in a good relationship with God. And it kind of scared me, because I feel like I kind of fell off with my relationship with God, and I am kind of like building that thing back up. But I was, you know, I would say that he met that aspect of what I'm looking for in a husband. But like I said, it kind of scared me, because I wasn't all the way there, and he was saying things that, you know, even I didn't know, you know. So just becoming the right woman, not only for a husband but for yourself as well. And this is not saying to go out and just do every single little thing that you want in a husband, because I do believe in growing together as well. But baby girl, if you want something, you have to work towards it. You have to prepare yourself for it. Be it a husband, be it a job, or whatever. You have to become the right person for that right thing to come and stay. Okay? So yeah, that is the top 3 things that I feel like are important to do in your single season to maximize it. And I will kind of like talk a little bit more about like finding hobbies and doing the things that you want to do in another video, because I think that's important as well. A lot of us don't have hobbies, and that kind of jeopardizes everything, in my opinion. So yeah, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys are liking, subscribing, commenting. If you have anything else to add to this list, please feel free to comment. Let me know what you think, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. I love you, Diva, and there's nothing you can do about it.